Hi everybody. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is capturing whole school voice. So this generally tends to happen all of the time in school anyway. So most schools will be sending out surveys, whether that's to the wider school community, whether that's to your staff, to your children, to your parents. Generally, everybody sends out some form of survey to capture whole school voice. The part that falls short is what we do with the information that we gather from that whole school voice. So if you are sending out surveys and the only thing that you are gathering from it is numbers, so this percentage of staff said this percentage of staff said that, that's not really that impactful. So it's important to know, and it might be something that you bring to people's attention, but you shouldn't just be sending out a survey to gather numerical data and statistics, because the people that are in your community are not a statistic, they are a person whose voice should be heard and listened to. So yes, there will be an element of bringing some statistics to people's attention, and that's fine, but it shouldn't be the only thing that you are doing on the back of the data that you get from your surveys. What should be happening is a form of active listening. So the difference between listening and active listening are actually quite vast. If you are just listening to somebody, there is no cognitive thinking associated to that listening. There's no engagement on your part in that conversation. You are just hearing what they say. Active listening requires a much more cognitive capacity, and it requires a capacity of understanding and of engaging in that conversation. So this is where what we should start to see are those "you said, we did," which is what tends to happen with the student voice. But it's also important that you allow what is being said to influence strategic changes across your school. So it shouldn't just be a case of, I hear what you're saying, but we're not allowing you to influence anything. It should be a case of, I hear what you're saying, what can we do about that? How can we improve it? And then allowing some of those concepts and conversations to really make strategic changes across your school. And in doing so, you're actively listening to what your community as a school are saying to you, and allowing that to have a strategic influence across the school strategy. It's really, really, really important, because if people feel that their voices are not heard, or people feel that their voices from these surveys are just forming statistics, then the data you're going to start getting back is not going to be impactful or accurate. Because if people are not heard, people are not going to be honest. So the data that you're going to get back is not going to be the most impactful data in the first and foremost instance anyway. So really do take the time to maybe, yes, acknowledge some of the core statistics that are coming out of it and share that if you feel it's appropriate, but also make sure that people have the ability to make strategic changes on the back of what they're telling you from the surveys that you're sending out.